Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the Basement Bros Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Ethan,
And I'm your host, Elijah.
and we are back for another episode of NBA basketball. We also going to talk about a little in NFL, with the schedule releasing tomorrow fully. But we know some games. We know some games, so we're going to talk about it a little bit. But we're going to get into this NBA playoffs, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Finals week. I got a final tomorrow, final on Friday. Then I'm done. Law school
Sheesh.
forever, man. We out of here. We
Yes,
gone.
sir. About to graduate, young king.
We gone.
Hey, yo, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man, I'm super excited. No, this has nothing to do with sports. Kendrick's dropping his album on Friday.
Oh yes, on
Couldn't
Friday
be
we
couldn't,
go.
couldn't be more excited. Could
Just
not
dropped
be
the
more
cover.
excited.
I think that was the cover with him and his two kids and his wife.
Yep,
It's
yep,
lit.
yep,
He had
yep,
a diamond. I don't even know what that Joan is on a crown. I mean, it
yep.
wasn't really a
The
crown. It's
the
what they put
Jesus
on.
crown.
Yeah, but that Joan was lit. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure that.
and plus the music video, the Heart Part 5, fire.
Right, man. You know me. You know I love me some Kendrick.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. For anybody that wants to start a podcast and doesn't know where to start, make sure you check out an app like Anchor. It's the easiest way to make a podcast. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will help you distribute your podcast to other platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. So make sure you download the free Anchor app and go to anchor.fm to get started today. But let's get into this. Let's get into this basketball, man. We're gonna do Mavs, Suns. Our Luca fan isn't here, but
Yeah, no
we're gonna
Swatty.
have to talk about him, man. Shout out to Swati. The Suns are up 3-2, winning game 5 last night, blowing out the Mavs. It was a pretty handled win. And what do you think about this series? Do you think Luca can, muster it up and force a game 7, or will they be going home after
Yeah, I
game
mean,
six?
I think he can force a game 7. The way they played him in Dallas, it just seems like, uh, and I saw on First Things First, Antoine Walker. He said this like a few days ago that like on the road, role players don't typically play well, but they show out at home. You know what I mean? So, and that's exactly what happened in those two Mavs games. Luka didn't have
Yep.
any crazy point totals, but the role players showed up. And then it seems like every time they go back to Phoenix, um, they just struggle under the pressure of like the opposing audience. So I guess that really is what makes the difference between a superstar and regular players. But
Yep.
overall, I think the this series getting pretty serious. Like the
Yep.
chippiness back and forth. You're really seeing the pettiness of the Suns, which I don't really think makes them as favorable. I don't like. I like their story. It's not that I don't want them to win, but it's just I don't know. It's like the antics and stuff. Like the way they're egging on Luca is kind of petty to me.
Yep.
Um,
I mean, but CP3's over there. Like that's his whole thing.
yeah, and I also think they're trying to do it to get in his head,
Yep.
his competitive advantage. But I wonder if that's going to end up blowing back on them because if he has a monster game in game 6 because of it, like I feel like Tom Brady's strategy of let's be cool with everybody makes you hesitate, when you see a person. Like when I guess there's extremes to it. When you're really nice to somebody, especially in a sport like football, for example, if he's really nice to the defender, you know everything about the defender and stuff like that. They're gonna hesitate before they pop you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think that can be said in basketball. They don't come as aggressive. They think more. But I feel as though like the way they're egging him on, he's either due for a really big game or it can work against him, and he's trying to be so aggressive and he's overshooting. He's not getting his teammates involved. So I do
Yep.
think it's a little bit of strategy, but it could be a miscalculation. It could turn out to be a miscalculation on the Suns' part.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think when you are trying to get into a opposing player's head by, talking trash, It really just depends on how the player takes it. I mean, it seems to me that the Luka's been taking it pretty well. The
Yeah.
way he's been playing phenomenal. Actually, I mean, even though the last two games and game
Last
3 and
game he
game
had a
4,
bad game. He had a terrible
yeah,
game.
yeah, last 3 games he hasn't been magnificent the way he was the first 2 games. But I mean, I think when Luka's more off ball, the Mavs play a lot better because it allows Jalen Brunson to get into a rhythm, Spencer Dinwiddie to get in the rhythm. You know, when Luka has the ball, it's a lot of ball watching. It's not a lot of movement on offense. But yeah, I mean, I think if Luka can stay poised and not do too much and try to play hero ball all game, I think the Mavs are fine. I think the Mavs can definitely have a chance of winning Game 6. I probably pick them to win Game 6 just because CP3 is very inconsistent on the especially on the road. You never know which CP3 you're going to get, and I think the Suns run is if he's playing good, the Suns are usually fine. When he's not on his game, Suns usually lose. So they go where CP3 goes. So and as we've seen in the playoffs, he hasn't really been that great at on away. So I think this is the Mavs' opportunity to get back in the series, tie it up, and then go to Phoenix and see what happens in Game 7.
Right, right. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Mavs win just because they've been so dominant at home. Definitely
yeah,
been one of those series. Um, yeah, but this has been a great series though. 10 out of 10.
phenomenal.
I mean, all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
games
for
I've
sure.
watched have been very chippy, back and forth. I think the refs have been a little bit annoying with the amount of fouls they've been calling in this series, but I also think
Yeah,
that the players in this series are all like super dramatic and they like
yeah,
so it's completely opposite of like what I'm seeing in the Celtics series, where I mean that you see some flopping here and there, but they're just playing so hard that like if they call foul on everything, they'll be calling foul every second.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and I
I,
think
I,
that's
I, I Yeah, I love when players like CP3, he's like one of the most petty players ever. He's trying to get under your skin. He's complaining to the ref, and I
right.
feel Luca's the same. I mean, he's not as dirty as CP3, but he complains to the ref too. There's a lot of sass going on, bro. This is a
Yeah,
sassy
yeah,
ass
yeah.
series.
I mean, I definitely heard in the last few days people complain about Lucas complaining to the refs, and that's always been a CP3 thing. So I mean, this is a match made in heaven.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
people
yeah.
who hate complaining basketball, this is not the series for you.
Nah, for sure, for sure. Imagine if Jokic was in the series.
Oh my god,
They'd never play. They would never play. They just a bunch of fall on the floor, running to the ref,
they just
a lot of texts.
yeah.
So, but you brought up the Celtics. Switching gears to the Celtics Bucks series. Do you still feel confident about Bucks in 6? Because I know this series has been very tight. I think that me and Swati were right that Chris Middleton does matter in this series, and I think the Bucks are missing him a little bit because Drew Holiday hasn't been playing that well at all. He hasn't been playing that
Nah,
well. He hasn't been playing that well. He
he's been
hasn't.
he's been playing well.
He hasn't been playing that well. No, he
He's
hasn't.
been playing very well. I don't know what games you've been watching. I've watched every game of
He
this series. He's
he
played
hasn't been
very
playing that.
well. No,
He
he's
hasn't.
played very well. I mean, the only thing I mean, he hasn't put up any crazy point totals, but Chris, he's not that type of player. But in terms of like, he's been a very good point guard. He always finds the open man. He defends well, and he gets to the basket really easily. I think if honestly, if Drew Holiday wasn't playing as well as he was playing this series, I don't think they would have won any games. So far, like he's been playing pretty well. Um, I will
He's
say,
been mad inefficient.
huh? Okay. I mean, if he made all of his shots, I'm sure they would have won. But I'm saying he's been pretty good in terms of like getting open looks, um, keeping them in the game. Like when they lose a lead or when they're losing a lead, hitting important shots. Drew Holiday has been very key to them being in this series. To your point about the Chris Middleton thing, I think that Chris Middleton last game was the only game that I'd say I thought they needed Chris Middleton. Because the game that they lost at home, they got blown out. That would if they played like that and Chris Middleton was on the floor, they would have got blown out. It wasn't that Chris Middleton wasn't there. And the only reason why I say last game was the only reason why I feel like they needed Chris Middleton. And even when the announcer said it on the broadcast, he was like, "This is the first game we're really seeing the effects of Chris Middleton being gone." Is because the Bucks had the lead for majority of the game, and they just need to close out the game. And I feel like they didn't have their closer, and Giannis was tired, and Chris Middleton wasn't there. So I feel like this is the first game so far in the series that we've seen that they needed Chris Middleton. And I mean, Al Horford, they were a 30-point Al Horford game from being 3-1 in the series. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he went crazy. I mean, I think this game is also an example of what happens, the bad effects of taunting. Because I saw when Giannis dunked on him and yelled in his face. I saw when he looked at Giannis, like he looked like, bro, like, don't play with me. He scored like 19 points in the fourth quarter after that.
Yep.
And dunked on Giannis.
And Tatum had like 30 combined, I'm pretty sure.
He dunked on Giannis and then he elbowed him in the face. Like, he was wilding from then on out. So, like, I do think that I definitely think Chris Middleton would have helped. I didn't say that Chris Middleton. I didn't think that Chris Middleton wasn't important. I just thought that I thought that they would still be able to beat them without. Like, I think they can still beat them. I still think that they can beat them in 6 without Chris Middleton. Yeah, I mean, they would. If they didn't fold, I mean, they could have won that game last night. They could have won the game the game before.
All right, I think maybe they can still win this series without Chris Middleton, but I think that they would be up 3-1 if they had Chris Middleton. I think they would be able to beat them pretty handily, but now without having Chris Middleton, they might have to face a possible game 7. Possibly game 7, extending the series, making it a longer playoffs when they could have just got past them. That's what I meant by.
So you think it would have been a coach? You think they would have coached it past them? I think
that they
big of a difference.
I think that they would be up 3-1, and they could have possibly ended it in 5, possibly.
Okay.
I don't think that's far-fetched. I really don't.
I mean, the games were so close that you definitely could be right. I mean, I will argue that they still, even without Chris Middleton, they still could have been up 5-1. They could, like, they could have won that game last game. The score looks more deceiving than the game was. They were leading in halftime. They were leading at the end of the third quarter, and then Al Horford just didn't miss in the fourth quarter. Like, they could have won that game.
Yeah, but I mean, but like you said, and just like you brought up the quote from the commentator, if Chris Middleton is there, they probably win that game because you have somebody that can make consistent mid ranges, that can close the game. You don't have to rely on Giannis driving to the basket because he's been doing that all game. He's probably tired. You need a consistent shot every time down the court, and that's what a mid range can do.
He was tired. Chris Middleton does help in the mid range. Giannis has been shooting terribly. So
it's too taxing on Giannis, and I mean Drew Holiday. I mean, say Drew Holiday's playing good. I think he's been putting up a lot of shots. You putting up a lot of shots, you're going to score, but I don't think he's been that efficient. I mean, he's been effective on defense, of course, and offense, playmaking, but I don't think as a number 2, I think having Chris Middleton as your number 2 is easier, of course, because he can be the closer. He can be the guy that you need down the stretch. Drew Holiday, I don't think Drew Holiday is that guy down the stretch as a number 2. As if Giannis isn't there, you put the ball in his hands, he's going to do it consistently. I don't think he can.
I don't agree with the down the stretch part, but I definitely agree that he doesn't give you the shooting that Chris Middleton gives you for sure.
I was saying consistent. I say consistently as your finisher. I don't think he
Yeah,
can be your consistent finisher.
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I still think in terms of playmaking and hitting shots at necessary times, he's done what he needs to do. Look, I mean, I'm not saying that the Celtics. I never said that the Celtics are a good team. Jason Tatum's a dog. Like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
they have good players. They have players that can score. They have scrappy players, and they have their best player can hit any type of shot. You know what I mean? Like he's you know what I'm saying? He can score from anywhere. They have a good team, so it's not like they're playing like it's not like they're playing nobodies, but I still think like I think they can win. I think they can win tonight. If they lose tonight, I think they'll lose the series though. I will say
The
that.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
If
Okay.
they lose tonight, I do think they'll lose the series.
Do you think they'll lose in 6?
I don't think they'll lose in 6. Because they'll go back to Milwaukee. They're
Okay.
not losing in Milwaukee. But
Okay.
I think they'll lose in um in Boston.
If they lose tonight.
Yeah, if they lose tonight.
Okay.
They lose tonight. Yeah, but if they win tonight, I think they're gonna win in Milwaukee.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Hey man, we're right. We got the Bucks riding for us. We picked them.
Yeah,
They let
yeah.
us down. You already know. You already know who's gonna be on our ass, bro.
I had them as the champs. I mean, Swati got the Celtics is going to the finals.
Hey man, I'm not gonna lie. Our brackets is riding on this series, bro. Cause I got them winning. I got them going back to back too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if they win, if Chris Middleton don't come back, I don't think they can beat the Suns.
Okay. We'll have to see how they play Giannis. If they
Huh?
let Giannis go, if they let Giannis, they have the same. I'm sure they
I mean,
won't.
I had the
But if they
Suns,
have the same game plan as they had last year, I got
but
Giannis.
remember, I had the Suns winning the chip.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think they already made those adjustments. They literally like since then they picked up JaVale McGee and they picked up Bim Bio.
Bismack Biombo.
Biombo. They picked up
Yep.
Biombo. So they did that for Giannis, basically.
Oh yeah, that's true. We'll see. We'll see if they get there. They still gotta get past the Warriors.
Yeah, that's true. Nah, I think they can beat the Warriors, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. All right. Warriors are up 3-1 on the Grizzlies. Unfortunately, John Morant is possibly looking at missing the rest of the playoffs with a bone bruise. On that unfortunate play with Jordan Poole reaching for the ball and accidentally ripping, kind of swiping at his leg. But
Yeah.
do you think that Memphis can overcome the loss of Ja and make this a series again? You know, they did go 20-2 without him in the regular season. What do you think?
Nah, it's over. Yeah, I mean they got whooped. I mean, no, this game was close. Actually, no, this game was close.
Nah, they blew him out. They blew out.
No, they lost on like a block. This game was close.
In the last game. Oh no, I'm thinking about another
Think
game.
about the game Ja got
I'm
injured.
thinking about.
They lost this
Yeah.
game on a Draymond block. Draymond blocked the game to win the game.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking about another. Yeah.
It's over. They're gonna lose. They just don't have enough star power. They do have a good team, but I just don't think. I don't think they have anybody that can get their shot whenever they want. They have a good team overall. The Warriors just have a lot of. I think the Warriors are just a smarter team. I do think that this Grizzlies team could turn into like the Warriors, though. They have enough like moving pieces. They just don't have the unlimited supply of shooting that the Warriors have, of course, like the historic shooting. But they have enough pieces that work together well that they can figure something out. Like I think that they can definitely unlock something and be one of those teams down the line.
Yeah, I think they're a piece away from. They're a piece away and experience away from being a championship contender, in my opinion. But yeah, man, I think the series is over. I had the Warriors in 6, but I guess they're gonna win in 5. I mean, I think if Ja was there, definitely could see them probably winning last game and it being 2-2, but I mean, I just think it's tough. It's a tough loss for Memphis. I mean, it's been a very, very good playoffs for them. I mean, I think they should be proud of their season, even though they are losing in the second round. I think that's something that they could definitely build upon. And we're about to see the Warriors in another Western Conference Finals. So I guess they didn't really need KD after all. I guess they didn't need KD after all. Maybe it was bus. Maybe it was a bus rider a little bit. Maybe it was a bus rider and go to state. You never know.
I
Maybe.
don't think that's fair. I don't think that.
I'm just playing, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think that's fair.
I'm just,
Sorry,
I don't think. I
yeah,
don't think.
sorry,
I don't think he was a bus rider. I think he was a co-pilot.
yeah.
But yeah. Let's move on to this next series. Joel Embiid, Miami Heat, Jimmy Butler. The Heat take game 5. They're up 3-2. Please ignore this graphic down here. They're up 3-2, and they're going to be going back to Philly for game 6. Do you think that the Sixers have any chance of pulling this off? Are they going home?
No,
At home.
I think the Sixers can pull it off. I think the Sixers can win the next game. I mean, yeah, no, I still think there's no answer for Joel Embiid. The Sixers just came out flat and lost. I mean, to me, it's just like the Celtics game. I mean, Celtics Bucks game. It's a blowout. You don't take nothing from it. You move on to the next game. But I think the Sixers at the peak of their powers and the Heat at the peak of their powers, Giannis is just too unstoppable, and he can score too much points for them to do anything with them.
Yeah.
Because I think if Maxi's having a good game, which he always plays well in Philly, he's different. Like he just is different in Philly. And then if James Harden, if Maxi's going off and people are focused on Maxi, James Harden plays better because I think it's less pressure on him. So I think with those factors going with them, and then it's the Philly crowd. Like I think Philly can win the next game, and then they just have to close it out in Miami.
Yeah,
which they haven't done yet, but
yeah. I mean, I think this is the opportunity for the Sixers to really take control of this series and come back home with a lead. I think they kind of blew it. I mean, I give Miami credit because I think it was a must win for Miami. They knew if Philly won that game at home, they probably would have lost game 6. So give them credit for winning that game. But I don't know. I thought I picked the Sixers to win last night, and I thought Embiid would have a really big game. I know he's dealing with his injury, but I thought he would step up and probably have a double 30 point 10 rebound game and kind of put the Sixers on his back. But
yeah.
I mean, I guess he's still dealing with his injury, and then the Heat just won by committees. Like they had like 7 players with 10 points or more. So it seemed like it was the Heat's night, and Sixers just didn't pull through.
Yeah. I mean, I still think the Sixers can win this series. I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either. Yes, I think they're gonna lose in 7.
I think I had them losing. I had them losing this this round though. The Bucks.
I had the Sixers going to the Eastern Conference Final. I think so. Man, my bracket.
The thing is, I still been rooting for the Sixers, but that was a pick with the mind, not the heart. So I do want the Sixers to win, but my bracket is still alive. I don't know if the Bucks lose, then my bracket's not alive. I mean, my bracket's already kind of destroyed because I didn't pick Golden State instead of. I should have picked Golden State. I should have a perfect bracket.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why you didn't pick Golden State.
Yeah, I should have a perfect bracket right now, honestly. But it is what it is. Because I more than anything wanted to see. I wanted to see Golden State versus the Suns.
Yeah.
That's the series I want to see. More than anything. I don't care about nothing else in this play. I mean, I honestly have no stake in this race. I don't care who wins anything. At this point, it's just based on take integrity. You know,
Yeah.
I don't really, I don't care.
I felt that. I felt that. All right, let's transition over to the NFL. The NFL schedule is released fully tomorrow. According to the NFL, the Rams have the hardest schedule in the NFL, and guess who has the easiest? The Washington Commanders
Y'all have the
and the
easiest
Dallas
schedule in the
Cowboys.
league.
The
I guess
Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders are tied for the easiest schedule in the NFL.
how do they have the easiest schedule in the NFL?
Because we deserve it.
Cowboys.
We deserve it.
The Cowboys won the division.
I can't really speak on them, but I know we deserve the easiest schedule.
Y'all didn't even. Y'all weren't the worst team in the division. Oh no, y'all were.
Nah, the Giants were. Don't play us like that, bro. This is second week and a half you try to play us, bro.
I thought
this
that was the
second
worst
week.
team in the division.
No, bro. The Giants were the worst team. They suck.
I thought the division had a way. I thought the Giants had like a way to get into the playoffs.
They were terrible. We beat them twice. Everybody beat them twice, except for y'all.
Yeah, we lost to them. Shit.
Y'all the only team that lost to them in the division.
Yeah.
They were like, nah, come on, bro. Nah, you try to play us twice.
How do y'all have the easiest schedule in the league?
Because we deserve it. They trying to get us in the playoffs. They know that it's good for ratings.
Yeah, it's probably because y'all a new team. It's a money grab. It's a look those are like the two most profitable. Those are like the two like top 5 most profitable organizations in the league, and one just changed their name, and one is the number 1 brand in sports, and they have the top 2. Yo, the NFL wild as hell.
Yep. I mean, honestly, I don't think they're giving us any favors because I don't think the NFL likes Washington. We have too many scandals.
Yeah,
but owner brings too many issues.
They're gonna get the owner out there. I mean, it don't matter if they like y'all. It don't matter how they feel about the owner. If y'all bringing money, y'all bringing money.
Nah, I also think it's about reputation. If there's an owner in their league that's being accused of wild stuff, like I'm sure the league office is not too pleased with Washington.
I agree, but they're not pleased with Dan Snyder. They like the money that the Commanders bring in. They don't. The Commanders ain't do nothing to them but make them money. Dan Snyder is the one that's been wilding. So I think they're trying to get him out of there because he's been trying to. I mean, apparently, allegedly, he's been taking money from the league. So
he's been.
They're trying to get. They're trying now that they know that they about to see what the real money look like for the Commanders. How much money the Commanders actually bring in, and that's probably why they gave y'all easy schedule. Because if y'all are winning and people are actually coming to the games, then we about to see. Oh, so this man been taking mad money. Whoa, this is this is bro. You know what I mean? Hopefully. So I mean, I don't think they have a problem with the Commanders per se. They just got a problem with the management. Yeah, because you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty good. I mean, obviously, it gives us a little bit less excuse of why we can't win games. We should definitely be winning games. We have the easiest schedule in the NFL. I think that will be great for us if we can, especially because we're trying to get a new stadium. Winning games is the best way to help your team get money. So let's see how this goes, man.
Don't care. Still don't care. Y'all gonna lose. Y'all gonna lose.
This man's a hater, bro. I can't believe it. Man, get AJ Brown lose his mind.
Hey, come on, man.
Man, get AJ Brown, get all the confidence in the world, bro.
Come on, AJ. I had the confidence before AJ. AJ just the icing on the cake, man.
You thought you thought you was gonna win the division before that?
I didn't think we was gonna win the division, but we was gonna be competitive. We could have won the division. Listen, I seen what Dak looked like before. Amari Cooper. I remember.
We not scared of the Cowboys. We not scared of the Cowboys. Nobody. We not scared about them.
I remember. So you think y'all gonna win the division?
I think we have a chance now. I think any team in our division has a chance to win. We're the NFC East. No one ever repeats champion, bro. You know that.
I think we're winning. I think we're winning at least at least 10 or 11 games.
Okay.
So you have how many games do y'all have y'all winning?
Probably like 8 or 9.
So you think the division is gonna be terrible this season?
Isn't it terrible every year? it's
It hasn't been
terrible
terrible
every
for that.
year.
I feel like y'all slicing it. It's been
Is
terrible for like the last 5 years.
compared to every other division, it's been bad.
It's been terrible for the last 5 years. Y'all in the Giants have been bad for very long. But you gotta remember, like, our 2018, the 2018 season was when we won. It's 2022, so that's 4 years ago. Well, that's 4 years ago. 4 years ago, we won the Super Bowl, and I'm pretty sure the season before that, the Cowboys had like 10 or 12 wins, or they had a lot of wins. They're like 13-3 or something like that. Like, I feel like we've been competitive in the last few years. Like, it hasn't like been like 10 years since we've been the worst team in the division.
You and the Cowboys have been inconsistent, and so have us. The Giants have been bad for the last 5 years. We've been winning double digit.
That's most divisions. That's most
No, I'm
divisions.
saying, but what I'm saying is, we're the most inconsistent division. I would say, okay, better than we're the worst. We're the most inconsistent division.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I think I wouldn't call that inconsistency. I'd call that competitive. We're a competitive division. Because in terms of us being the worst division, we were only the worst division the last 2 years. The last 2 years, when we won, the winner of the division had like 7 wins or something like that. That was horrible. But before that, like, the winner of our division used to have like 10 or 11 wins. And that's like a regular playoff team. You know what I mean? I think we had a regular division. I think it's just been competitive for some years. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I just don't like the notion that everybody be like the NFC. It is the NFC least currently, but it only became the NFC least in the last 2 seasons. People only started calling us that the last 2 seasons. Like, I don't like the notion that like our division is just terrible. Like, nah, I don't think that's true at all. Because sports, I mean, mostly because of Skip and because the Cowboys are the biggest brand in football. People for the longest time were trying to talk about Dak's contract, and they weren't calling our division terrible around then, because it was always between who would win between Carson and Dak. I don't even remember who y'all.
Yeah, who's gonna win between Carson and Dak?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I'm talking about this year. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the division between Carson and Dak?
Well, you remember I said back then.
I'm just saying, bro.
Carson Wentz don't.
Nobody talking about the Commanders, and that's exactly how we need to keep it. Don't talk about us. You don't need to talk about us, bro.
Listen, boy, I'm telling you, Carson Wentz
give y'all a reason to talk.
Does not play well under stressful conditions.
That's fine, bro. That's fine. We got backups. Heineke come in, win a game. We got the new rookie. We gonna see what he is.
This man's trying.
I've been hearing people saying that like Sam Howell's one of the best quarterbacks on that board. I mean, I know this wasn't a strong quarterback draft, but I've heard good things. I haven't heard any bad things about the rookie we drafted. So we'll see how he is. We'll see how he is. Yeah.
This man trying quarterback by committee.
Yeah, that's exactly why. That's what. Hey, listen. You can talk about how the division hasn't been. That's exactly. Washington has been quarterback by committee for years.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That's what we do.
I don't remember the last time I had a quarterback that was actually your quarterback since like RG3. I mean, Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins
was he was there for 2-3 years.
Yeah,
and then that year, the first year Alex Smith came when he got injured, we had like 6 backs to end the year. Yeah. Lost every game, but hey, quarterback.
And when Alex Smith first came, y'all were good, right?
We were 6-3. We were 6-3, and then he got injured.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's this notion. Like I was taking from Shannon. This notion that the NFC East has been terrible for years is just not true. It's just not true. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Washington winning the division, bro.
All right, you're wild.
We're gonna have 11 wins this season, bro.
You just gave y'all 2 wins. Where did those 2 wins come from? You just said 9.
We gotta see once I see the schedule, I'll give you a real number. Once I see who we're playing week by week.
So they announced before the schedule came out that y'all are gonna have the easiest schedule.
Yep.
They definitely trying to get that money up. They said,
Yep.
listen, they trying to
Yep.
get all the season ticket holders, all the old Commanders season ticket holders to buy their tickets now. Because they definitely trying to get y'all money up. What?
That means we probably gonna play the Giants last game of the season.
Y'all gonna play the
That's gonna
Lions.
be-
Y'all gonna play the Lions at least once. Y'all gonna play probably the Jags. Y'all probably gonna play the Jags. Y'all gonna play Wild. That's
Let's
crazy.
see our opponents. Let's see our opponents, because I know we're playing. I know the whole division plays the Jaguars, the Texans. It's a fairly easy division.
Oh yeah, we're going to the playoffs.
We'll see.
We're going to the playoffs, boy. We going to the playoffs, boy. Hey, I said 11 wins. What I said 11 wins?
Stop it, bro.
11 wins, 13 wins, boy.
Oh my gosh, man.
Hey, and Nick Sirianni, coach of the year.
Oh my god.
Coach of the year, boy.
You got to get a quarterback first, bro.
It's all right. It's gonna hurt. Oh, it's gonna hurt.
You said that last year.
It's gonna hurt, and it hurt. We went to the playoffs. Why do you like? You keep saying we said that last year. We went to the playoffs, and we lost.
You got your head bust open in the first game.
We lost in the same round as the Cowboys.
But we knew that would happen to the Cowboys.
But it hurt.
We knew it would happen to you.
But when we went to the playoffs, it hurt. You know why? Because you didn't go to the playoffs. So I was right.
It didn't hurt because I wouldn't want to lose in the first round.
Because you and Swati, all y'all was hating, and all of our teams. Well, first of all, your team didn't even make it, but his team got eliminated in the same round as my team. It hurt. I know it hurt. It had to hurt. It had to hurt.
It didn't hurt me.
Nah, it hurt. It hurt. Nah, and essentially, I'm pretty sure we beat the game we made the playoffs was against y'all.
Yeah, because Heineke threw that pass.
I know it hurt.
That game hurt.
Huh?
That game hurt.
I know it hurt.
That game hurt. We should have beat y'all because you even thought we was gonna beat y'all.
It don't matter what I thought, but I told you at the beginning of the season, I said at some point it's gonna hurt. And it hurts you. It hurts you.
Man, it's toxic.
It hurts you. So listen, I'm telling you this at the beginning of the season now. It's gonna hurt. All right.
So, we play shut up. So we play the Bears. We play the Bears, the Lions, the Texans, the Colts, the 49ers, Green Bay, Minnesota, Jacksonville, Tennessee, Cleveland, and Atlanta.
Oh yeah, that's looking like, depending on what we play Cleveland, that's looking like.
I don't think y'all play Cleveland. I think we play Cleveland.
That's looking like 14-3, boy.
Us?
Y'all, us 14-3, boy.
That's our schedule, not yours.
I don't care. 14-3,
what?
boy.
Hold on, all right, let me look at y'all's schedule because
let me stop. We gonna win like
you gonna jinx your team, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Nah, I called it. Remember, Swati was like, "Do y'all think y'all can win 9 games?" I said, "I think we can win." No, he said 7. He said 7. I said, "Yeah, I think we can win 7 games. We could definitely, bro. We can win. We can win like we won 9 games last season."
All right, so y'all gonna probably split with us this year. Y'all gonna probably.
Hey,
I mean, I don't know. Minnesota, it really.
You think Carson Wentz is gonna play well against the Eagles?
Chill. I do. In Washington, not in Philly. In Washington,
you think in Philly?
Nah. In Philly, we might have to put Heineke in, bro. But
oh my god, he gonna be
Minnesota. Y'all must in Minnesota. That's gonna be a tough battle. Y'all can beat the Bears. Y'all gonna definitely split with Dallas. Y'all splitting with Dallas. It just happens. It's gonna happen.
We always lose to Dallas.
Y'all can beat the Lions. Y'all can beat the Texans. I think y'all are gonna lose to the Colts. Y'all can beat the Giants twice, but I don't know. Y'all are weird.
Yeah, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose one game that we should win.
Aaron Rodgers is gonna beat y'all.
No,
off the strength. Jacksonville. I don't know, bro. We gotta see how Jacksonville is, but we gotta see how Jacksonville is. We got to see how Jacksonville is. But,
if they play in Philly, it's like, they're gonna be cheering for Doug Peterson.
We got to see how Jacksonville is, and then I think y'all can beat the Titans. Y'all definitely can beat the Titans. Arizona's gonna be tough. Pittsburgh's gonna be tough. New Orleans gonna be tough, bro. Y'all got a tough schedule, bro. I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna
what's
lie.
his name just got suspended. I don't even think Arizona gonna be good this year.
D Hop.
D-Hop.
Depending on when y'all play D Hop, y'all might actually have to play D Hop.
I'm telling you, if D-Hop is there, if D-Hop is there, we lose it. He's so important that just him alone being there will determine whether we win or lose that game. I'm pretty sure that nigga he's a monster. But no, we can win most of those games. I really do, bro. You gotta realize, bro, that D line is something serious. Our D line is crazy right now. You know that, right? You know that D line crazy right now, right?
Nah, y'all D line solid. Yeah, Reddick, Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham. Yeah. That's solid.
You think Carson Wentz is throwing on that?
I mean, don't sleep on our D line.
You know what he gonna
Don't sleep on our D line.
You know what he gonna do.
Don't sleep on our D line.
We don't play your D line though. It's not like y'all got It's not like y'all got new people on your D line. We seen the D line before.
I mean,
I'm saying y'all ain't never see this D line before.
I'm just saying our D line hasn't played y'all as a full unit.
You know, Terry.
When we played y'all, our D line was depleted. So our D line was COVID ridden. Our whole team was COVID ridden, and our whole team was injured. So when we played y'all, we weren't at our best. So
okay,
we'll see.
That's fine.
We'll see. And you already know we usually play y'all at the beginning of the season, so it might be the first game.
We usually play y'all first game.
Yeah, so we might play y'all first game. So we'll see.
We always play y'all. I feel like almost every year. Well, last year we played the Falcons first, but every other year we play y'all first.
We'll see, bro. We'll see. But it's definitely interesting. I'm definitely excited for the NFL season. I know NBA action is still going on, but I just love when they announce stuff for the NFL. I love football so much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I used to feel like NBA was close. It's not close. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not.
NFL reigns, especially after the postseason we just saw.
Yeah,
it's like nothing hasn't been any postseason like that ever, and I think that it's only gonna go up from there.
I mean, I just think maybe the 7. I feel like if the NBA did like best of 5 or something,
yeah,
it'd be crazy. Those games would be crazy. But like,
yeah,
best of 7. It's like the first game don't mean nothing.
Yep.
The second game might not mean nothing.
Yep.
Like it's just you can't really gauge what games count, especially once you get to like the second round. Because in the first round, if a team up 2-0, then okay, well they're probably gonna get swept or they're gonna lose in a gentleman's sweep. But in the second round, if a team up 2-0, they might come back. I don't know, but game 7s are always crazy though. I'm not gonna lie.
Game 7s are always crazy, and I think it's also timing. With the NBA playoffs being at the end of people's school years, usually springtime. People are doing finals, doing projects. I really have time to watch every game. Like now, we're doing a podcast when the game's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when in the NFL they play weekends during winter break. Usually, people aren't doing much. And it's actually time to watch football.
That's a perfect day. Sunday is a perfect day. I mean, another thing about the NBA that I like, a thing that I love about the NBA that I will say is that game 7s are unmatched. One of the best game 7s I ever watched was that Bucks Nets last year. That joint was one of the best basketball games I ever watched.
Yep.
With the KD foot. That joke was one of the best games I ever watched. Because when he hit that shot, I was like,
I thought he won the game.
And they showed his foot. I said, oh my, this is the greatest game I ever watched. I called my boy Dylan. We was just yelling on the phone. Yelling on the phone, bro. That joke was crazy. It was the best game I ever watched, bro. Yeah, last playoffs had some crazy games, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think this
Ayton hit the tip-in shot. Yeah, they had some crazy games.
Clippers Mavs was crazy too.
It's because you didn't know that was the year first year without LeBron or the Warriors, and you had no idea who was gonna win, like anything. This year we kind of have a gauge of who's where, but last year we knew nothing. Like the Nets were a new team. Like the Suns had the bubble run. The you know what I mean? Like there was
the Clippers were inconsistent. You know, you never knew if they could, break through.
Yep. Questions around Giannis, whether he could do it again, but he had just won his second MVP in a row. Like there was just a lot of Jokic won. But Jokic won, but the year before, he was in contention, but the voters said that there was no way that they were going to give him 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Because he kept on losing in the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember there was questions around if Giannis could close games. I know there was some narratives that Chris Middleton was the dude on the team, and Giannis had to take a step back at the end. Right. I remember those narratives.
Right. So, I mean, this year, everything's a little bit more clear. It's still up in the air. You don't know who's going to win it. Nobody knows.
No,
nobody knows. Yeah, I've seen picks from all over, and which I love. This is the best thing. It's the best when you don't know. That LeBron and Warriors thing was nice to be a part of, but I'm happy it's
over.
Yeah, I'm happy it's over. All through college.
Not. Bron needs to be back at the mountaintop.
That's fun. But every year in college, every year I was in college, he was in the finals.
I'm sure he was there before that.
It wasn't even just him. He was in the finals. Every year I was in college, it was him and the Warriors in the finals. Every year. It was so boring. I was like before the season would start, ESPN coverage would talk about what the changes that the Cavs made and the changes that the Warriors made, and no other teams would be talked about throughout the season. Yeah. That's crazy.
Because every season was a collision course.
Yeah.
You already knew you was going to see.
In the Christmas Day game, they always played each other because you knew it was like a preview to the finals, and then they would actually end up in the finals every year.
Yep.
But I'm glad those days are over. Good basketball all around, and I think that's the end of our show.
Yep.
Fly Eagles, Bron.
We miss you, Bron.
Go.
Hey, take command. All right, everybody, take command of your life. Take command of your dreams. I
was thinking in my house, like, why he just tell me to take command? Oh, but then he just referred to that week.
Take command. Hey. Take command of that hate in your heart, Elijah. Take it out. Take it out.
Y'all have the most awkward name in the play. It don't even fit with the rest of the team's names.
Hell to the Commanders. Hell victory. Come on, bro.
You know what's so crazy? Y'all made the team name and song this year, and y'all made it sound like it's from the 30s. Why y'all didn't make a?
It's always been song? Like that. It was hell to the Redskins. That's exactly how the song was. Same song.
That's terrible.
Whoa. Yo. You're gonna wince when we win when we win. You're gonna wince.
All right, y'all. When we win
the division. 11 games. 11-7. All right.
This is another episode of the Mason Bros Podcast.
11-6.
For watching. Please, like and subscribe, Nimbus Network.
Yep.
All our networks. Follow us, EEBBSP on IG. You know what I'm saying? TikTok. Twitter. Subscribe to the Nimbus Network channel, and it's gonna hurt.
Yep. Take a man. Take a man. All right. We'll see you guys next week, and we're out.